Today is Tuesday, Parashat Beshalach, and today, Tuesday of Parashat Beshalach, there is a segula for Parnassah Tova, for financial success. There is a segula to read Parashat Aman, which is a portion in the parasha of this week that speaks about the manna that fell down from the sky to feed the Jewish people in the desert for 40 years. So that portion is actually in chapter Tetzayin 16 in the book of Shemot, from Pasuk Dalet to Pasuk 30 Lamed Vav. In other words, from Pasuk the 4th verse to the 36th verse in the 16th chapter, and it's a portion that speaks about how the Jewish people were fed in the desert for 40 years by manna falling from the sky every single day. And actually there were two mitzvot associated with the manna that fell from the sky. Number one, you couldn't take more than you needed for the day, because if you collected more than you needed for that day, the extra amount would just rot and would not be available for the next day. And the other thing also is on Friday, there was a quantity of manna that fell that was enough for 2 days, for Friday and for Shabbat, because on Shabbat there would be no manna that would fall from the sky. And these two mitzvot indicate a great concept associated with Parnassah and with sustenance that we get from Hashem. That we should always have Bittan. We should always have the faith that the same way that Hashem provides today, He will also provide tomorrow. And for those who worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, Hashem will provide tomorrow also. So He took a certain amount of faith and bitachon b'Hashem to have the idea that I shouldn't collect more than today's, because if I collect more anyways, it's not going to be good. So every day you had that looking upwards to Hashem, hoping and having the faith that tomorrow also Hashem will provide, even though you didn't collect for the next day. And then the other thing is on Friday, when you collected the portion that would be enough for 2 days, it will not rot the next day, because Friday they need to be enough for Shabbat, because on Shabbat there is no manna that fell, just like even in business. If you open on Shabbat your business or work on Shabbat, you might think that you're earning money, but there is no beracha in that money. There is no blessing in that money. Actually, on the opposite, resting on Shabbat is what brings beracha for the whole rest of the week. And it's not just about the manna that fell in the desert to feed the Jewish people for 40 years. Hashem provides sustenance every single day to every person. And as we are involved in whatever earning a living activity that we do, whether it's working or being involved in business or any activity that involves any financial effort, we should always have in mind that ultimately the Parnassah is from Hashem. We, of course, have to invest some effort and do our part, but the blessing, the beracha, and in terms of beracha, more important, quality, more important even than quantity. And to have beracha is to have something that is blessed. And the idea, again, of the manna is not just for the desert, is for every single day and in every generation and every time. So today being Tuesday, in the week of Parashat Beshalach, there is a segula, a good thing to read from chapter 16 in Shemot, Pasuk Dalet to Pasuk Lamed Vav. One way to do it, and the best way, is Shnayim Mikra ve'echad Targum, twice in Hebrew and once in the Targum, in the Aramaic. And if not, then at the least Hebrew with the translation in English, if that's what you can relate to. And may this day of the Tuesday on Parashat Beshalach, as we read about the manna, be a good segula for financial success as for Parnassah v'Shefa. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.